Hi Scorpio, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to all of you guys who are my subscribers. I think you are my biggest fan base actually, and every time I post the Scorpio reading, I know my heart will sing with joy because I see you guys very active and it means a lot to me. Also in real life I have very good Scorpio friends, so yeah. I have a magnetic attraction to Scorpios. If there is one Scorpio in a pool of 100 people, most probably I'm going to talk with the Scorpio. So, yeah. Well, what can you do? The Scorpio charm. So, this is going to be your reading for October 2020. I have actually decided and I have been guided um, to channel the messages from the divine that are for your higher good. I will try not to stop or limit myself only towards love or relationships or finances, because I felt in the past few months the messages that came through were more complex than that, and it would be a pity for you guys not to take full advantage of this. Um, Also, happy birthday. I know later in October your birthdays will start rolling out. So I wish you all the best, the most beautiful things, and don't forget to dream. So the divine has enough wishes to um, make come true. So that being said, I'm using this little deck, Making Magic deck. We'll pull a few messages. The first one that came out, One Enchanted Evening, the Perfect Night. Gorgeous. The perfect night. Insight opens the third eye to strengthen intuition. Also, gorgeous message. Awan, three rays of light, balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. I feel this is going to be a very beautiful message. Of course, it has to be followed by the tarot, so I understand exactly the context, and we are going to do that after I pull a few more cards for you from the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, which I'm actually using more as oracle cards rather than doing a full spread with it. And I find it very interesting, the messages that come through. This is Halloween month, so you see, I decorated my couch. So let's see. Petro. Petro is the equivalent of fire in this deck. Two of Petro, Nan Nan Bouclou la Flambeau. We'll see exactly what this signifies before I start with the tarot for you. Okay, Deluge. This is the equivalent of the Tower card. And Santeria, the 10 of Santeria. Ochosi, this to me would be the equivalent of the 10 of Pentacles. But you know what, guys? Stay with me. We are moving at the table and we are going to continue this. Hey, Scorpio. So let's get into figuring out these cards here. So let's start with Petro, Nanan Bouclou la Flambeau. The power of Nanan Bouclou is expressed to the medium of spiritual fire, initiation, individual awareness and knowledge. Okay, the flame is in a sense similar to the Christian Pentecost. The fire that she has burns in star and heart and creates this harmonious individuality. I'm actually using the book that comes with the deck, just in case you guys were curious. In this card, Nanan Bouclou is identified with the fire herself, with the fire itself, okay? And similar to the Two of Wands, this card talks about influence, about individual focus, which path you are going to take according to your passions. Individual will focused in such a way as to bring change upon another for good or for will. Okay, so the sparks of fire you see there in this image are both the basis of the individual will and the links connecting individual will to the ebb and flow of the universe. This is a depiction of the creation of individual will and of individuality itself, right? So this Loa is a force that ensures the continuance of both the universe and the individual. Beautiful card there. A lot of fire, a lot of passion, finding your individuality, what you actually represent. Now, the next card is the Luge, which talks very much about sacrifice. And to me, it's very similar to the Tower card, the Blasted Tower. So all works of the mind dissolve when the water comes. Okay, I think I was explaining earlier in the reading for Libra that New Orleans always has floods. Okay, always has to deal with that. I'm going to explain it in a little bit. So this waters are meant to clear the dust, right? The land below the waters, the land of the spirits, calls out and gathers it. From the waters we came, and to the waters we will return. So, basically to create is to bring something out of nothing. This is the work of angels. But in order to be able to create, first you need to clear the path. The same way that the tower falls in order to let space for something new. So the self is like a child covered with the dust of play. The waters come to wash, refresh, and empty its essential being. Wisdom is what's left. The waters are the guardians of the wisdom. As above, so below. So the card depicts an electrical tower and the Mississippi River. The force of the storm drives the river over the levee. The levee breaks and a car, house, and road are swept away. The waters reach out to recover the land taken from them. The blue sky reflects the blue waters. As above, so below. Okay, so the image from the card is taken from an area of New Orleans known as Riverbend. And if any of you guys are from there, I would be really curious to hear what you have to say about this in the comments below. The land between the levee and the river is a popular site for ritual. Okay, and on the grounds are numerous places of worship and sacrifice. Also, what you need when we are contemplating this card is important to remember that much of the city of New Orleans is below the sea level. Okay, so attributes for this card include inevitable sacrifice. That's why I started when I started describing the card, I started mentioning sacrifice. If you think about sacrifice and sacred are derived from the same root. Basically, to sacrifice is to make something sacred, right? The waters will come sooner or later, no matter what, right? The dust will be washed away to reveal the empty core. And this card, in a way, contains the key to immortality. If we identify ourselves with the dust, we will be carried back to the source. If you identify with the empty core, the hollowness of the calabash, there will be nothing for the waters to touch, and from this emptiness, our voices will be as those of the low. Now, the contemplation that we are asked with this card is basically, if we resist the waters, is to cling to the dust. And sacrifice, unavoidable and often misunderstood, violent physically, emotionally, or emotional upheaval, revealing core issues and aspects of the self, right? We will see how all of this plays with the other cards from the tarot together. I still need to tell you about Santeria, the Ten of Santeria. Ochosi. I hope I'm pronouncing this correct. Ochosi is the Orisha of the hunters and the animals of the forest. Sharp eye and sure hand provide food and clothing in the village. Blue and gold are the colors of this Orisha. So what we need to understand basically, this card is very similar to the Ten of Pentacles, right? It speaks about legacy, accumulation, right? But what we need to understand with it is what is that which is gathered spoils if it's not put to use. So what do you leave behind? How do you leave behind? Do you work only to make money? Is this the only goal? If you don't enjoy that money, what's the damn point at the end of the day? Okay, so let's see. I'm using the Marigold Tarot here. I'm super curious. Wow, the Hierophant, the higher power. The higher power. Okay, trusting the divine, having faith, believing. This could relate to someone who is in a marriage, but we'll figure out what this is all about. Prayers being heard. The divine clearing the path for you with the Tower. This is meant to happen. This is you need to open, and I'm sorry, I was looking at this one. Insight opens the third eye to strengthen intuition. Trust your spirit guides. Trust your higher self. Just trust those. Open yourself to your intuition and try to balance yourself out. Okay, this is what you are being told. Okay. Eight of Cups, leaving something behind that no longer serves you, whatever emotional disappointment, whatever things are not meant to be. Let go of the dust. Let the waters clear it. Let the waters clean the dust. Yes, it might seem like a sacrifice, but this is the path that you are being asked to follow. You're being asked to leave something behind, to leave the past hurts behind, maybe start something brand new. Nine of Wands, wounded warrior, you have been fighting for a long, long time. Maybe to accumulate this, to create a legacy, to have money, but is this all that you want? Is this worth it? Is this going to bring you happiness? Because I'm sorry, after the Nine of Wands is the Ten of Wands that comes. Burdens, being overworked, someone who's workaholic, someone who works too much, someone who carries too much responsibility. Is it worth it? What if everything you accumulate just goes to waste because you never have time to enjoy it? You never have time to enjoy it. And again, I feel there is that sense of balancing. Yes, you got yourself stable. You got yourself grounded. You got into this position of power. You have it all. What else? What's next? What do you wish for, Scorpio? What do you actually wish for? Is this enough for you? If this is enough and this you think this is what you want and this is what makes sense in your life, then by all means go for it. And you don't have to answer this question to me, but answer it to yourself. Is this what is going to bring you emotional fulfillment? You know, the King of Rings, the King of Pentacles has the Midas touch. Midas had this power given by the gods that everything he would touch would turn to gold. But one day, by mistake, because he got so, was it greedy? Maybe that's not the perfect word for it. He touched his daughter, and she turned into the statue of gold. And the pain he has felt was beyond his limits. So think about that. Yes, everything you touch turns to gold. Is that enough? Is this everything you wish from life? Or do you want to balance your emotions as well? Or this could be you, Scorpio. This is you stepping into your energy. I think you're an individual that is emotionally mature, but you're not particularly a fan of showing your emotions. And I understand you, Scorpio. I'm not a fan of showing emotions because what I was taught is that the second I show emotions, I'm weak. And on top of everything, I'm a woman in in the business world, and I'm not allowed to show emotions, right? Because people will say I'm PMSing or whatever else. A shout out to all of my girls out there that cannot show emotions for the same reason because they're going to be judged. I'm not going to get into this debate, but yeah, I think you girls know what I'm talking about. But this doesn't mean you cannot balance your emotions. This doesn't mean you cannot balance the male and the female energies in order to gain peace and harmony. Maybe you have it all, Scorpio, from a financial perspective. But you feel it's still a waste. You still feel you are lacking something. Because I feel what you are missing is this: the enchanted evening, the perfect night with that perfect someone, or with yourself. Okay, you might be dealing with a Virgo or someone with strong Virgo in their chart, or maybe you have Virgo in your chart. Or you just feel this need. It's exactly what I've been telling you, to go within and figure out if this hoarding is what you actually need in your life, what you actually wish for. You're going within trying to find that insight, to gain that enlightenment, to open your third eye and listening to your gut, to balance those emotions. The bottom of the deck is the Magician. It will come out if it's meant to come out. Seven of Swords. You're planning, plotting, strategizing during this time in Hermit mode. You're planning, plotting, strategizing something. You have been heartbroken in the past, especially in this deck whenever I look at this card. So you have 3 swords here, you have 4 swords at the corners, right? Now, to me, this card, the 7 of Swords, I know some readers call it the Thief card, and maybe you feel you have some things that you don't deserve. It could be like that. Maybe you feel unworthy. Although you have worked so much for everything you have, you still feel unworthy. You still feel like you don't belong because you didn't heal. You have dealt with heartbreak in the past. You have dealt with horrible heartbreak. And then you kind of took a step back and tried to heal and tried to think what's next. Try to think what's next. You guys remember the 4 of Swords card, right? You might be dealing with Pisces or someone with strong Pisces in their chart. Or maybe you have. Or these are all of your fears. These are secrets that are ready to come out. Maybe it's something related to the full moon on the 1st of October, full moon in Aries. Might be interesting to check how this full moon in Aries is going to affect you, Scorpio. But this is a reflection either of your fears. This is powerful intuition again. Powerful, powerful intuition. Open that third eye. This is fears coming to surface. This is secrets coming to surface. Maybe you open up. Maybe someone else opens up. Knight of Rings. Well, the Knight of Pentacles to me is like, it's slow-moving energy. It's a slow-moving energy. And, but it's the only knight that actually crosses the finish line. This knight, instead of taking a Ferrari or whatever fast car, I don't know cars, so to me it's Ferrari or Lamborghini, or I don't even know how to differentiate them. Anyway, moving on. Instead of taking a fast car, he went by foot. And he didn't even take a map with him. He said, oh no, the sound of the forest and the sound of success is going to guide me. Bullshit, it took him forever to bring this offer. But the second this Knight of Pentacles brings this offer, it's a very stable, grounded one. So this could be you making an offer to someone or someone making an offer to you. But this is an offer that you can cash in. Okay, this is an offer you can take to the bank. This is stable, this is grounded. You have been waiting for this for a while to happen. You have been waiting for this for a while to happen. This is what I feel. And it might take you totally by surprise during this month. And while you were waiting for it, you felt so stuck. Eight of Swords. You felt so stuck. You felt like there is no more hope. But this is an energy you have been putting yourself in. I'm sorry, but the Eight of Swords is not someone has entrapped you. No, this is self-entrapment. You are choosing to be stuck. You've put yourself into that energy. You are choosing to stay there. Yeah. You've got the Two of Swords. Again, reaching a crossroad and refusing to make a choice. Refusing to make a choice regarding the things that you are passionate about. This is a CEO, this is an entrepreneur. This is someone, though, who carries a lot of burdens. Remember what I was telling you after the Nine of Wands, which is the wounded warrior, is the Ten of Wands. However, 10 is a completion, okay? It's time for you to drop the burdens. You are allowed to. No one is going to think you are a failure. It's time for you to follow the things that you are very much passionate about. This individual, the King of Wands, is a charmer, is someone who sweeps you off your feet. The Magician, yeah, I've seen this card. You are manifesting something. The Magician takes action, though. The Magician has all of the elements that it needs in order to make things happen. Wish upon a star, but not only that, also taking action and making it happen. What is here? I don't know if that's a dream catcher. Maybe it's a dream catcher here. Following your dreams, following your passions. This is exactly what the King of Wands would do. This is exactly what the King of Wands would do. Follow that Empress. Follow that Empress. You guys need to keep in mind that the energies can be interchangeable or vice versa, right? So when I tell these things, it might be your person actually, it might be about your situation, but how I describe it, it might be about your person or it might be about yourself. Just make sure to use common sense and apply to your specific case as it resonates. The Empress, this is a promise of a new life, building a new life. This is a wife. Maybe someone is pregnant. Not necessarily, but this could be you stepping into your power, finally, now during Libra season. Stepping into your power and knowing exactly what you want after being stuck for so long. After so much conflict. There has been conflict. There has been a lot of conflict in the past. And backstabbing. Eight of Wands. But there is a message coming in. There is a message coming in. And some readers call this the arrows of Cupid. There is a message coming in, Scorpio. Something you have really wished for and something that is going to bring you balance. Balancing the male and female energies, peace and harmony. Remember that part? One more card for you. Four of Wands. I was telling you something related to a wife. Either if you are already in a marriage, things are going to get better. Okay? Things might get better. Or you're making an offer to someone. Because you have the Four of Wands here. This is absolute wish fulfillment. This is the 1111 card. Okay? This relates to building a foundation, something grounded, something stable. This is marriage. This is marriage, Scorpio. Maybe you have been waiting for a long time for this. Maybe you have been waiting for a long time for someone to come with this offer here. To offer you this ring. You have been praying for it. But news is coming and I feel your wish is going to be fulfilled. It hasn't been an easy path and maybe someone had to let go of someone else that betrayed them. And it took a while until the secrets were revealed and that's why you have been stuck. You guys drop me a comment below and let me know how you have resonated. This is all I had for you for October 2020. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I would be very grateful. And make sure to check the community tab because that's where I post when I'm going to go live next. I didn't decide yet, but I will try to figure it out. I think it's more important to get out all the monthly readings and then we'll do the rest. Yep, that's kind of it, guys. Love and light.